Most people are trying to build habits on veteran difficulty when there's actually a secret easy mode that everyone overlooks. In this video, I'll share a simple rule with you that turns the most fragile part of any habit building journey into the most bulletproof one. Plus, I'll tell you the one mistake that 99% of people make, which virtually guarantees that your habits will fail and makes it almost impossible to stick to anything in the long run. Alright, picture this. You're dieting, maybe trying to get in shape for a vacation. You've been at it for a while, and everything's going great. You're eating healthy, losing weight, you're crushing it. And then, one day, when you least expect it, maybe you're super stressed out from work, or you're out with friends, or just chilling at home, and all of a sudden, you're sitting across this seductive little piece of cake, or some potato chips, or a bar of chocolate. I'm dieting. I can't have it. It looks so good. Damn it. It's just one piece. I've been really strict. I think I deserve it. Yeah. No. Alright. Fuck it. And 10 minutes later, you're like, I'm such a piece of shit. Whatever, doesn't matter now. Might as well eat the rest of the cake too. And just like that, you're going from one small misstep to a spontaneous 10,000 calorie challenge. And your diet is officially dead. Sounds familiar? Maybe it's hitting the gym consistently, trying to read more books, finally learning that language, or breaking your phone addiction. But this is exactly how most habit development efforts end. You're at it, doing great, until you mess up just once, and all of a sudden, everything goes up in smoke. Why does that happen all the time? Here's what's crazy. The issue isn't that people are too lazy or unmotivated. Quite the opposite, actually. They're too hardcore about it. They fall into an all or nothing trap. It's this perfectionist way of thinking where you just miss once and see that as a total failure. You feel super guilty about it and strangely, somehow, use it as a reason to quit entirely. But here's the thing, what is a habit really? Just something you do repeatedly. That doesn't mean you repeat it perfectly though. You don't get jacked in a day, but you also don't get fat in a day. It's always about committing to a process, whether you're trying to become rich or smart or more focused or a straight A student. So the real issue isn't that one mess up, it's your reaction to it. Want to know the difference between people who succeed and people who don't? The fix for this mental trap couldn't be more simple. In fact, it's just 3 words. Never miss twice. Instead of trying to be perfect, you focus on the moments where you know that you're not. You never let a single slip up become 2 in a row. Because a single mistake is human and it will happen. Life's just too messy. But missing twice, that's the start of a new pattern. And this isn't my idea, it's from James Clear's bestseller, Atomic Habits. Highly recommended, by the way. And here's what happens when you internalize this rule. The part of habit building that used to be the most fragile suddenly becomes the most resilient. I'm speaking from experience here. Since I've made this mental shift, I feel the most motivated. Not when everything is going flawlessly, but the day after I mess up, because that's when the stakes are at their highest. Isn't that crazy? When you accept that slip-ups are part of the process, your sense of momentum keeps going despite them, keeps the identity intact. You're still someone who does this thing, rather than someone who failed and needs to start over. And here's the most powerful part. After a while, you develop an almost invincible attitude. You know you're rock solid. You become someone who always gets back on track. And that's just powerful self-belief to have. Now let me show you how this works in practice. A few years ago, I was working as a management consultant with a really unpredictable schedule. Sometimes I worked from home, but often I'd be on site at clients' offices Monday through Friday, living out of a suitcase. At the same time, I was trying to stay consistent with the gym, but it was honestly brutal. Some weeks when I was home, I'd hit the gym 5 or 6 times. Others, maybe 1 or 2 workouts on the weekend, if I was lucky. What now? What about never miss twice? I was obsessing over this inconsistent schedule until I had a crucial realization. I couldn't let these circumstances determine whether I was someone who worked out consistently or not. So I made a simple decision. I'll go to the gym when I can, and when I can't, I'll just do whatever else I can. Sometimes that was just 1 set of push-ups in my hotel room. Sometimes I'd find a bar outside and add in some pull-ups. And sometimes I'd hit up a local gym for a trial session. Did most of those hotel workouts do anything for my lifts? Maybe not. But I knew the moment I'd tell myself, these workouts are pointless, I'll just do them on the weekends. The next moment, I'd start thinking, I haven't been to the gym in a week and I won't be able to go next week, so what's the point of going today? And that is how you end up completely abandoning something. Here's a big takeaway. Your mind always has a story that sounds good for why you should quit. You need to be cautious with those stories. More than that, you need to have a counter story ready. If you can foresee imperfections and difficult situations and prepare for them, have a fallback so you can stick to your commitments anyway. Think about the last time you abandoned something you were trying to do. Was it really because you didn't have time, or was it because you let one miss become 2, then 3, and then gave up entirely? So here's exactly what this looks like in practice. Step 1, accept that you will mess up. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Step 2, for every habit you're building, have a minimum viable version ready. Can't make it to the gym? Do 10 push-ups. Can't read a chapter? Read 1 page. Can't meditate for 10 minutes? Take just 1 deep breath. Step 3, when you do miss, your only job is to get back on track very next day. Not after the weekend, not next week, tomorrow. Alright, comment below, what's the one habit you've been struggling with the most? And what could your minimum viable version look like? Remember the rule, never miss twice. Whatever you're trying to build, if you're struggling with consistency, take a moment right now to think about your fallback plan. What's the smallest version of your habit you can do no matter what? Forget perfection. The goal is to become someone who always gets back on track, and to make that an identity, something you are and not something you have to force yourself into doing. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to not miss out on future uploads. And if one of your goals right now is to become more focused, then go and watch this video next. I explain how a random $1 item has leveled up my ability to do deeply focused work like nothing ever has before. Seriously, it's crazy. Alright, see you on the next one.